Hello and welcome to In the Court of the Wenton King. We're doing our third Henry Cow review. This might be one of those videos where we don't have anything to say, I don't know yet. So hopefully it'll be fine. It's a good album. It is another dose of awesome, definitely, I think. Mostly, I think.
Mostly awesome.
Mostly awesome. Heavier. I see this as heavier and more reasoned, more mature. Less mad, maybe? Older. They're better composers, they're less extreme, maybe it's less extreme. The opening track is amazing, absolutely fantastic. It's very King Crimson-y, angular, disjointed, sort of guitar-y. It has one of those intros where you wish you'd turn the volume down before you started the album, because it goes as it starts. And yet the second track is a sort of more stereotypical, silly avant-garde stuff, which seems a bit random, but actually what this actually is two sides. You've got two concept sides. So side one is History and Prospects, which is 3 tracks. And in that context, actually, track 2 works well as a mad middle section to a thing, I imagine this is more challenging to play than some of the earlier stuff. Not that it wasn't already. Some fantastic riffs. I wouldn't have used that word on the rest, I don't think. Scary bits and random bits. I think there's more of a distinction between the written parts and the improvised parts. It's definitely the written parts I like, which are much more studious and reasoned, possibly. Yeah.
A real chore to get through. I've had enough of Henry Cow now. It's sort of, I don't know. People are commenting on the door being open. There's a point where you think, okay, so you want to do something different. Yeah, those notes shouldn't go together, and it sounds weird because of it. But
Yeah.
let's do something else, please.
Album number 2.
I understand that there was a bit of a discussion within the band about some songs with actual lyrics in.
They had some actual songs, yeah.
So this should be pure, pure
Yeah.
avant-garde wackiness. And it is that, but I find that incredibly tedious after a while. I'm a bit bored by it now.
So yeah, they did in typical style. Well, if we rewind back to Unrest, actually, they went on tour after Unrest, and then they realised, to their horror, wait a minute, we're a rock band playing music. Cancel the tour. We need to split up clearly. Finished. They should only make music if no one knows what's going on. And then they merged with another band. They merged with Slap Happy and made 2 albums. The second one is proper Henry Cow. The first one actually is just Slap Happy music, apparently. So obviously this one, as you could probably predict, came about from disagreements. They couldn't decide, so they've written some songs, and other band members thought, well, you shouldn't have songs, that's music. So they had to make 2 albums. One of this stuff and one of the songs, which became the Art Bears. I can't remember the name of the album now, but yeah, the Art Bears. That's what they were. It was Chris Cutler and Fred Frith. I think Tim Hodgkinson was involved as well. So consequently, obviously, the band must split up now because this all, some of this sounds like music. We can't have that. We can't have it recognisable at all in any form.
I have to say, I think the compromises are probably a bit too good. Because normally when there's that sort of tension in the band, that's when you get good music normally.
Yeah.
But they managed to compromise, even to the point where I can't remember which way around it is, but side 1's written by one guy and side 2 is written by another guy.
Yeah.
So there's no sort of artistic compromises on anyone's part,
Yeah, absolute.
Yeah, it's sort of. I think it's taken the zip out of it. I think, or
yeah, maybe actually a compromise album with some of those songs as well. Maybe that would have been maybe a better album.
Put things together. Well, yeah. I mean, they should be about that. I mean, avant-garde is about putting things together that shouldn't be together, not just notes in stupid orders that sound weird. It should be about putting something together and out of that fusion, making something interesting, yet musical that people want to listen to. And they've kind of bailed on that, I think.
Yeah, because of the pure ideology.
Yeah.
End of the band. Sorry. It is more conservative. Very, very Zappa now. It's much more like orchestral music. It's a band having to play orchestral music very well, which is incredibly difficult.
I thought I heard a Zappa riff on one of the songs. I could be wrong. I heard it and I thought, yeah, I'm sure that's Zappa. It was on side 1. There's no track listings on this album.
Somewhere in the booklet there is. Is it song on track 3 is the It's lots of long notes. It's the Raft of what's it called? History and Prospects. So the end of History and Prospects is basically you're on a conveyor belt into a meat grinder. I think that's what. Which is terrifying. Going to your death.
It might have been tracked to actually the Decay of Cities.
Oh, that's the crazy one. Yeah.
I'm sure I saw a little Zappa riff in there. And I thought, maybe, it was definitely familiar, and I just thought Zappa. And I thought, well, are you trying to compete with Zappa here? I don't know if they are. Is that...
Yeah, with these orchestral stuff, I definitely see a similarity.
Not as good as Zappa.
No, but then Zappa is Zappa, his own thing, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, so part 2 is called Day by Day. The last track is called Half the Sky, which is actually inspired by Chairman Mao saying women hold up half the sky.
Is that true?
Apparently.
Yeah, aren't a bunch of lefties, aren't they? Oh, you say it was more conservative.
Oh, the music is more conservative. I mean small, see? No, I don't even mean small C conservative. I mean conservative, just the meaning of the word.
Traditional.
Traditional, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, actually, women hold up half the sky, that's a good saying, isn't it? It's said by a nutter or not. This is not the point. But yeah, hammer and sickle. There's an actual hammer and sickle on the front, so that, no compromise there. Does that mean they're communists and not socialists? I don't know, I have no idea. But they did get involved, of course, with rock in opposition. It was around this time when Universe Zero... Henry Cow organised it, I think. The big rock in opposition concert with Universe Zero and various others. And the poster did say, this is the bands that the press don't want you to hear. Which was kind of true. That was literally what was happening. There was media silence on it. But that did mean about 38 people went to it. Everyone talks about it, but from the sound of things, it couldn't possibly take off. Because you see, you can't win a popularity contest without support of the media.
And were the media actually hostile to them, or were they just indifferent to them?
At this point, if there was a mention of it, it was extremely hostile. Yeah. Because it's not fair. They're obviously jealous. That's what it is.
Get a bit of kudos for that, then.
Definitely, yeah. I don't think we might mention where the band name comes from. The thing is, there's a 20th century composer called Henry Cowell. It must be from him. They say it's not. It's just a word that just came around. Sure,
Henry Cowell.
I mean, come on. And it's an avant-garde composer, 20th century avant-garde composer, called Henry Cowell. Come on. It must be. It's got to be. I mean, what's the chances? They hadn't heard this guy. Maybe it came from that, and someone somewhere says Henry Cow, so they all started saying Henry Cow. Maybe it's quite hard to egg.
Incredibly easy.
I'm not as excited about it as Unrest, but in some ways it is superior to Unrest. But I'm not going to give it 5 eggs. I think I'm going to have to give it 4 eggs. I think because I'm just not. I'm probably not going to put it on now afterwards for a while, so it can't be 5 eggs.
I can't foresee a scenario where I think now is the time
Listen to Henry Cow.
If I am in that scenario, then things have gone south very, very badly. I'm going to give it 2 eggs, Kev.
Right.
It's that much of a chore to get through. I've got. I think the problem is I've got a certain tolerance for avant-garde.
Yeah, you're like a specific type of avant-garde. Yeah.
And not only that, my sort of attention span for it is quite limited. So I can love it for about 5 minutes, but the curve goes down quite sharply after that. And I think we're at that point after 3 albums. I think it's just there's enough Henry Cow in the world without this album.
Of course, I think I said it last week that I think they were supposed to be better live, really, and the argument is they didn't really capture it on album. Supposedly, they had like 3 different 2-hour compositions playing on tapes in the background at the concert, and they'd have a volume control whilst they're improvising. They can turn this one off. Well, not that one. Have a bit more of this one, and that's how they make their concert. Sounds amazing or terrible.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely something that can happen where the live event is much more interesting than an album. Yeah, maybe that's where Henry Cow ran.
Probably. Yeah, it is what it sounds like. Yeah. There is the live album concerts, and there is some huge box set of all live stuff as well, apparently. So yeah, that's Henry Cow.
Thank God for that.
You don't know what's coming next. So I'm not going to say what we're doing next week, but I've got a hint. This is the hint about what we're doing next week. That's the hint about what we're going to do next week. It's not as obvious. It's not a band you would expect us to do. So it's not them. This is more specific than that. But yeah, that's the cue. That's the clue. See you next week.
Sarah, that you know. Sarah? Do you know Kev doesn't have a dog?